Jersey native. Fuck Bruce Springsteen. I got Jimmy Florentine and this motherfucker. How are you?
Exactly.
Son?
You know, if you're a true Jersey guy, you didn't like Springsteen.
No.
If you were a metal guy, he was, you know, you didn't like him.
Fuck Springsteen and shit. I liked him later on.
Yeah, later on you'd learn to appreciate him.
I got older, but growing up there, people drove you crazy. Like they would, you know, they would just drive you crazy with that same shit of Springsteen. I got tortured as a kid because of my musical taste, and I always got trumped because I always suddenly pulled out the Beatle card or the Springsteen card.
Yeah.
And then when John Lennon died, when he got shot, I was so fucking happy for 2 days because I didn't have to hear those scumbags no more with this same old, because you couldn't say nothing. I went to see AC/DC last night. Fucking great show. Yeah, but they're not better than the Beatles. And you heard that shit growing up. That was my beginnings of music from like 74 till John Lennon got shot in 79 or 80. That's all you heard growing up. Yeah, but they're not good as the Beatles. And you couldn't argue with them. They would trump you. You had nowhere to go.
Yeah, the Beatles. And then if you're Jersey, it was all about Springsteen. It's like I had a friend that I was friends with since first grade. He was a big metalhead, and he met this really hot chick, and he started dating her. And he hated Springsteen, too, and he went to see Springsteen with her. I didn't talk to him for 6 months.
People didn't talk
I didn't talk to him. I was so fucking mad at him.
Just stop talking to you.
Yeah. I'm like, how could you betray us?
We call the cops on you. We'd sell you an ounce of coke, then put the cops on you and shit. And then when you call, we put Bruce Springsteen on. Have Bruce bail you out, cocksucker. You like Bruce? Here, Born to Run. Start running, you fuck.
I got bumper stickers made up. There is no reason for Bruce Springsteen, and the boss is a total loss. And I used to put them on people's bumper stickers. I cruise parking lots, and if I saw someone with a Bruce Springsteen bumper sticker, I'd put that over it on their car. I was out of my mind. I'd put them on every sign. I'd be driving around, put them on signs, put them everywhere. I got like 500 of them made. And I'm thinking to this day, I'm like, why did I do that? For what reason?
Why do you think music has such like a emotional, like he's just a guy singing, like why, like you guys hate him, like you guys like actively, like it's not like, oh, I just don't like him.
You don't understand. I hated a couple people. They just didn't have to be musically.
Right.
I'll tell you who the first person I had more hatred than life for, Richard Gere. Like I had a personal vendetta against Richard Gere because I was starting to get into the groove. You're starting to hit on girls and shit. You like women. And every woman was in love with Richard Gere. When I was starting to sprout, every woman, and then he fucking came out in American Gigolo and showed his ass.
Yeah.
And that was the end. You couldn't compete with that ass. So I was like, I'm going to stab Richard fucking Gere. And one night I saw him in the city. I was all coked up and I was giving him the evil eye. And my friend's like, let it go. And I'm like, this motherfucker has fucked relationships up all over the world. Because women think they're actually going to get Richard Gere. I'm lying to you. The first guy that was going to go down was Donny Osmond. I was going to shoot Donny Osmond. When I was 12, he's the first one that fucked my game up. And then he disappeared for a while, so fuck him. And then Richard Gere showed up. And I was going to beat him the fuck up. But then I saw Office and a Gentleman. It was pretty good. And I said, I'll give him a pass.
Yeah.
And by 85, I was okay with Richard Gere. But for 4 or 5 years, I was going to fuck Richard Gere up. If you're listening, Richard Gere, you're lucky.
You had no idea.
You would have never made Pretty Woman, cocksucker.
That's fun.
Yeah, I don't know. You just had this hatred, man. If you were in the hard rock and heavy metal, you were against everything else. Because, you know, so you just, like, too bad. Anybody that liked any kind of rock music, because you hung out with a different crowd at school. If you came in an AC/DC shirt, you hung out with the burnouts and the guys that smoked cigarettes and hung. And then the other jocks or whatever didn't like you and looked down at you like, fuck you. And if they wore a Springsteen shirt, like, you hated them even more.
So does it annoy you now that if they play like both of the like AC/DC and Springsteen on like a classic rock station together, like this isn't the same thing?
No, I don't mind it. You know, like I said, as we get older, me and Joey just like, all right, you know, he had some good songs. I don't know what was wrong with me then.
Okay, calm down.
It's really crazy. A couple weeks ago, I went back to Jersey, and I brought back these strong edibles, and I went out with my brother, and I gave him 100 milligram. I kept telling him there were 50s, but I left the 50s at the house. So now I was stuck for the thing. So he goes, did you bring it? I gave it to him. And he got fucked up. And I told Lee, and Lee goes, now he's going to get high and eat Domino's pizza. You can't eat Domino's pizza if you're from my neighborhood. It just isn't allowed.
I get that.
You just would be ostracized.
Do they even have one in your neighborhood?
I don't even know.
Probably, but yeah, if you're 20 years old,
you would not be talked to.
Right.
If
like
you're 20,
that's that serious.
That makes sense to me back there.
We
though.
hold our fucking values, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. A lot of people don't get. It's not just one time; It's a belief. It's a belief. It's like yesterday, or 2 days ago, Thursday, my buddy posted on Facebook, and I said, I missed you at Roma's. My friends still go to Roma's Pizza after 40 years, and they wouldn't go anywhere else. And I asked Charlie from Roma's, I go, who still comes here? And he goes, everybody. Even though they live in all parts of Jersey, they stop there once a week to get a slice. That's the loyalty you have, and they don't eat pizza anywhere else. Anywhere else. That's crazy. You know, I went back to Roma, and I've refused to eat pizza here. Since I've gone back to Roma, since I've been back in Jersey, my daughter goes to that pizza parlor. I can't eat. Last week I went and had a meatball sandwich. I don't know why. Like, I'm done. Like, my friends would not do anything like that. Like, they would not listen to fucking music that wasn't authorized. Like, that's not even in their fucking brain. Like, it's not even in their brain. I don't know how many parties I went to.
Wasn't authorized.
I don't know how many parties I went to, and I saw John Crowley just break a Bruce Springsteen album. Just break it. Just throw it out of the fucking guys. Like, if it was playing, he would just go up and throw it. Because you knew. Like, if you invited these people over, they weren't going to tolerate that. It's just the way. That's just the way it is.
I was doing construction at the time, and if a Springsteen song came on the radio, we're putting the roof up or whatever, and as soon as that Springsteen song came on, I would fucking jump off the roof to shut that off. That's how crazy it was. I would run. If I was in the middle of putting a piece of sheetrock up, I'd fucking stop everything and run to shut that off.
That's wild.
It was crazy how we boycotted things. I still have a personal boycott. Like, I personally boycott things, and I don't say dick. Like Tom Hanks. I boycotted Tom Hanks for crying on the Oscars when he won Philadelphia.
Really?
Like, I didn't watch another one of his movies. It took me 10 years. I personally banned Tom Hanks from my life. And that's what you have to do sometimes. Like, that's the fucking... like, I don't know why. I just get mad sometimes and go, that's it, it's over.
Yeah.
And I just won't do it no more. Like, I couldn't believe when I went back for this movie. And I tell you this with pain in my heart. I tell you this with pain in my heart, because this is how stoic and old school I am. When I went back to New York, the first place I went to was 330 42nd Street to get wardrobe done. Think of the address, I'm telling you. 330.
So you're all the way out
Street.
by like...
No, I was a block away from 8th Avenue.
Right.
So after I got wardrobe, I went out. I go, what am I going to do with my time? And I looked up, and I went for a walk, and I walked down 42nd Street, and I made a left, and I walked up. And if you walk 2 or 3 blocks up, there's an Olive Garden there. And it caught my eye, and I'm not ashamed to tell you, I stood there for 20 minutes wishing death on every tourist that walked in there. Because I don't know. I really cannot comprehend. Like, that's how stupid I am. That I cannot comprehend how a person goes to New York and goes to a fucking Olive Garden.
Yeah.
I do not understand that.
It's amazing.
I do not understand.
Yeah, and there's a Chevy's across the street from it.
There's a Chevy's across the street from it.
Yeah.
I do not understand how I could go to Long Island and get on an elevator with a kid with a Domino's box and his parent right next to him. I can't tell you how much I had to hold back and beating up the parent for letting the kid eat a Domino's when he's in the fucking capital of pizza. Like, you're in the capital of pizza. Like, I can't even comprehend that type of shit.
Yeah.
Like, even if you're not hungry for a pizza, you gotta eat a pizza out of respect for being there.
Even though it sounds a little silly when you think about it, does this sort of like strictness help you guys in your life in other ways? Like, even
this is
though,
what it is.
Even though Domino's is a silly thing.
It's the discipline.
Yeah.
That's where it starts. It's that discipline of little things. It's the little things that get you to the bigger commitments. So if you start... Another dumb thing. There was a club named Quintessence when I was growing up. There was a bar named Quintessence in the Ridgefield on the way up. It was sort of like a disco.
Right.
I went to that parking lot one time, and in the parking lot we were snorting coke. And I told the driver, it was like 4 gorillas in the car, and 2 gorillas had to go in there to pick up chicks. And there was something about the front of that place that I did not like. I did not like the doormen. I didn't like how girls were acting when they were walking in. And I told the driver, let's get the fuck out of here. The kid who was driving, And for a year, I boycotted Quintessence. It was my little power play. When people would come to me and go, "You going to Quintessence tonight?" I would go, "No." And they would drop the look on their face. It would be priceless. And I did it on purpose to show people you don't have to go to that dump. We're Joe and Mary's type of motherfuckers. We're from a neighborhood bar. We don't go to those places. Like at one age, I decided that I didn't want to go to clubs no more. Rock clubs, I like the Bubble Factory. What was the one about
the Soap Factory?
Soap Factory.
Soap Factory, yeah.
The Soap Factory I kind of dug, but there was a lot of shitheads in there too.
Yeah.
But I went to see a couple bands in there, not bad. I walked out of Twisted Sister there, and I saw Aerosmith there. You do know Aerosmith played there.
Yeah, because I know they played like... Yeah.
At the end.
They played like the Fountain Casino in Jersey on that same run. I saw them there. They were all fucked up.
All fucked up. But I used to go, like, I made it a point not to go to Quintessence. Ladies' night, whatever. And people would lose their mind. And to this day, people would look at me and go, "That's right. You never went to Quintessence." Like, I just refused to go to Quintessence.
Do you ever tell any of these people, like, you're banned, you're banned from my life? Like, I'm not going to go to your bar
No,
anymore.
I just made a decision. I just make a decision one day that I'm not fucking doing that shit. I don't want to be like everybody else and do that shit, and I just don't do it.
Smart.
Why be like everybody? Why live your life and be like everybody else?
Yeah.
Why live your life and have an earring and the goatee and the cap and try to be cool and you know what I'm saying? Like, I hate all that shit.
Do you think those people actually think they look good? Like the people who dress like that?
No, they think they fit in.
They look crazy.
I never really wanted to fit in.
If you grew up listening to hard rock or heavy metal, you were not trying to fit in.
You were not trying to fit in?
Absolutely. And to this day, if you like that music, you're not trying to fit in.
What the fuck are you giggling about? No.
Why did you like him? What did
He did an error.
I knew a second ago, but now it's... keep going from where you told it, because then...
You know that little forehead you got?